Hey, what's going on, people? This is Elder Tenchi, and I'm back for another TMNT Rant Rave review on this week's episode entitled Karai's Vendetta. So it starts out where the last episode left off after they capture the Kraang. They interrogate the Kraang and they find out that this whole conspiracy is centered around April. They need April to complete this plan. I don't exactly know what the plan entails, but let's see. From the past few episodes, we've got mutagen, portal to Dimension X, people trying to kill not only the turtles but capture April, and now we have something that has been dubbed Kraang water that actually changes the molecular structure of regular water. And okay, so we know that the Kraang are trying to basically turn the Earth into the next Dimension X, but what does April have to do with this is the question. Her and Donnie are experimenting with the Kraang water. Some of the Kraang water accidentally gets splashed on April. It works just like acid. It basically breaks down everything until it's nothing, and it eats through it eats through things. It landed right on her arm, and nothing happened. So what does this mean? I really hope that it doesn't mean that April is some sort of some sort of clone or some sort of alien herself or an android or anything like that. I really hope that they tie this entire plot line. It gets, everything fits together in place. I mean, it's wishful thinking. Nothing's perfect, but so far this series has been nothing but questions, awesome scenes, brand new takes on classic characters. References to the old series, everything like that, wrapped in this crazy, crazy universe of this generation, and I can't get enough of it. So Karai goes to find and capture April, and the turtles are trying to figure out how to stop the Kraang from basically mixing their Kraang water with the water supply of New York. So you get to see one of Donnie's crazy inventions, which is basically a submarine, but it's a submarine that gets its power from kinetic energy. So so at first they have to pump the energy themselves. So what is it? It's 3 exercise bikes hooked up to a cable, hooked up to a bunch of stuff, and then that's how they end up getting enough energy to fuel the submarine. Now, after watching that scene, I asked myself, couldn't they have charged up the engines before they went on this mission? I mean, but at the same time, part of me was like, okay, this is great exercise because they might need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be tired out a little bit, but it's great. It's a great way to exercise. So, hey, why not? They're using exercise bikes anyway. But I digress. They get to an underwater base, find out where the water distribution is. Try to figure out a way to blow up the tank. Find out that there is a beast that kind of looks like the Loch Ness monster, only with more teeth. It's interesting because you find out that the Kraang have brought different animals and different species from Dimension X, and like we've discovered before in other episodes, they are basically trying to turn Earth into the next Dimension X. Getting back to April's side of the story, Karai is going incognito, around the city, trying to capture April. So so at first it looks like they're just talking, having a nice conversation over some pizza gyoza, and then April finds out that it's really Karai. It's not like she was in disguise. It's just that April, never knew what Karai looked like up until this point. So it made sense that Karai went out, in regular street clothes and just did it that way, as opposed to I don't know, trying to capture her, with a mask and all that, very clever. So we get this nice chase scene involving two motorcycles. There are more people around than there's been in a while. April it does her, does her thing, like almost action movie style, almost getting ran over, trying to outrun Karai, and Karai is basically doesn't care who gets in her way as long as she gets to April, and it's like, okay, this nice high speed chase, nice high speed chase, and we actually get to see April fight, put her training to some use. Because she's been training for months, but she's getting better and better. But you know that she is not in any way close to Karai's league. Because let's look at this. Karai has been training under the Shredders since she was a kid, whereas April has only been training for a few months. But she has gotten better. So even though the fight scene was very short, you can tell that she was, trying, and at one point she does kind of get Karai to let her guard down after we discover that how she's feeling about all the events that have currently happened. Like, Karai's like, okay, I don't get this. Why? What makes you so important? You're the center of an alien conspiracy. Your friends are mutants, and you're training under a master ninja. What makes you so special? And she's like, I don't know. I'm flunking trigonometry. I lost my dad. My best friends are mutants, and I lost my mother. See, lost your mother. That was the key. That was the hit, because you saw on Karai's face. She's like, what? You lost your mother? Right? So at that point, I'm thinking, okay, maybe she's thinking, hey, I did too. Now some people in my comments have already started theorizing that maybe Karai is the missing daughter of Splinter. The one that he thought he lost in the fire. That's a possibility, but I really hope that that's not the case. I really hope that's not the case. I really hope that April isn't some sort of clone, or maybe a Kraang droid that forgot, or some sort of being or whatever. I don't know what else she could be, but what's the key in all this? I don't know. And Karai, I really hope Karai isn't the daughter that that Splinter lost. It makes sense though, but at the same time, I really hope that's not what it is. And I hope they wrap this up, this arc. I hope they wrap this up well. This entire episode had me going back to other episodes and thinking about what I saw, trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, because this entire story arc is just awesome. So what do you think of this episode? What do you think of Shredder's new agenda? Because now he finally has opened his eyes to the fact that there is something bigger than just him and Splinter. You know what I'm saying? Karai has already tried to basically open his eyes to that, but now he's finally starting to see that for himself, even though he was only in one scene in this entire episode, but that doesn't really matter. What do you think about the fight between April and Karai? I really think that April is starting to come into her own. Slowly but surely, she will be the Konoichi that we all know that she's going to be. And other than that, what do you think of the Kraang's plan? I mean, everything that they've tried to this point, of course, has got to fail. But what else could they do? They're trying to mutate people, trying to mutate the entire planet, so to speak, bringing other beings from Dimension X into our world, and all of that in between. What else can they do? I mean, what is this going to lead to? This is crazy. But anybody got a theory? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, love, and never be normal.